Now, Donald Trump. So in Colorado, there is a group called Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics. It's a hate Trump group. They filed a lawsuit that says that Trump should not be allowed to run for president, should not be allowed to be put on any ballots because of the 14th Amendment. This is another ridiculous, absurd situation. So let me read you the passage of the 14th Amendment. Bear with me here. Quote, no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector or president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive judicial officer of any state, support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion. Okay, so Donald Trump is not charged with insurrection or rebellion in any of his cases. And believe me, if there was evidence that he provoked or planned or did anything before the January 6th riots, he would have been charged with insurrection. Now, I know he didn't. He was caught by surprise, Trump was, on January 6th. I know that for a fact, okay? Because I have seen the stuff he sent over to the Pentagon, alerting the National Guard, and all of that. Trump did not want any trouble, any violence, okay? So the insurrection thing is BS, didn't happen. But that doesn't matter to the Trump haters. Now, one piece of history. This whole 14th Amendment, Section 3, came up after the Civil War. Andrew Johnson was president. In the South, which was being occupied by Northern forces, there were Confederate generals and officers who wanted to run for governor of Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina. Okay, that's why this was passed. So a guy like Nathan Bedford Forrest, a Confederate general, founder of the Ku Klux Klan, blatant racist, he wanted to run for governor of Louisiana, and the federal government said, you can't. You took up arms against the United States, you can't. That's why this was put in, just so you know. So Georgetown University professor Jonathan Turley, I believe is an honest man, he pointed that out, that this does not apply to Donald Trump, cannot apply to Donald Trump. Enter, okay, Lawrence Tribe, who is a law professor at Harvard. Roll the tape.
Mr. Shirley doesn't know what he's talking about. The fact that there was no charge of incitement, no conviction, that's not the point. This provision was written specifically as an alternative, saying whether you're convicted or not, and they didn't expect people to be convicted under President Andrew Johnson after the Civil War. Whether you're convicted or not, that's a separate matter. But if you engage in an attempt to overturn the government, you shouldn't be entrusted with power again.
Okay, so that's just insane what he's saying. If you engage, well, who decides that? You, Lawrence Tribe, who hates Trump? Let me just show you what Lawrence Tribe recently tweeted about Trump. Quote, Trump just can't help being disgusting, but that's not nice. So we won't call him that. We want to be civil, right? So we won't say how gross Trump is and won't call him abominable, unquote, Lawrence Tribe. This is a Harvard professor. Okay, so Tribe doesn't care about the Constitution, doesn't care about anything. You can't just say, I think you tried to destabilize the government. You tried to foster an insurrection. I could say that about The View. I could say that about the New York Times. In my opinion, they don't like the United States and would like to see it overthrown and progressives put into power, right? You could say that, and you could back it up 50 different ways. You can't have that as your standard. And it was obvious that Confederate generals and officers took up arms. He said, you don't have to be convicted. Nobody would be convicted under Andrew Johnson. It's not a matter of being convicted. They took up arms. Everybody knew that. Now, Tribe thinks or believes, because he wants to believe it, that Trump provoked an insurrection. But there's absolutely no evidence, as I said at the beginning of this, to back that up. And if there were, he'd be charged with it. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.